Hello there, Servum17 once again, bringing you the start of Chapter 13 in my Human Revolution Give Me Deus Ex difficulty video walkthrough. And this level is entitled Fallen Soldiers, and it carries a weighty connotation, and you will understand that when we get to the end of the level, because shit kicks off. But here we are at Sarif Industries once again, the home of the megalomaniac that is David Sarif, and all his machinations. And you're going to be running around once again following the Gold Cross of Wisdom, which is basically go to Sarif's office, talk to him, bump into some various people, watch a cutscene, skip a cutscene, and then you can carry on and go to Hengsha. But as I've mentioned, this is the last opportunity to be in Detroit and do Detroit side quests and good things. And I think you've already missed that opportunity, because when you try and exit this building, it's actually barricaded because of the riots. So we are now fully fledged into the next part of the game. So we're going to be going to Hengsha, and that's going to be the last area. We will from then embark to a place you've never been, and then subsequently after that go to another place that you've never been, where the conclusion is met, the flashpoint is reached, and those 3 achievements will unlock. So just ride another overly long elevator, hum whichever song comes to mind, because you bloody need to with these damn elevators. And then you come out, and the first thing you're going to see me do is I'm going to go to see if I can go out to Detroit, and lo and behold, the goddamn atrium is barricaded, so my thoughts immediately are, God damn it! And then I run all the way up to the back, to the helipad, talk to Malik, and I get my ass to Shanghai. But when you land in Shanghai, it isn't as smooth a landing as you're expecting, and you're immediately put into a situation that is intimidating. And the reason it's intimidating is because there is an unavoidable alarm, so hooray for that. And what it means is the enemies will be on hostile even if they don't see you, and it does not count, I repeat, it does not count against the Foxiest achievement. So do not worry. I was here for a good hour reloading and trying to do the section without anybody going hostile, and I can guarantee you now it is impossible. I tried everything I could. I ended up hitting the forums about 3 times to confirm it, because I was terrified I'd just ruined the guide. But this does not count. Play it as you normally would. Do not get seen. Do not get alerted to anything, and you will still get the achievement at the end. And the way to do that is to move around that corner, come up against this construction wall, then go through this little vent, use your invisibility as best you can to sprint towards the maintenance elevator and get the hell out of this area. If you need to regenerate, sit in this corner, do not move forward. There are guys that may be able to see you at the other side. There are also people above you. That guy comes out there, he's who you want to watch, but if you're invisible, it doesn't matter because people can't see you, and as soon as you shut that door, you are safe. However, there is a moral choice right now. You have the choice of leaving Malik to die or going and getting her back. And I haven't actually gone to try and save her, but I hear it is very difficult to do. So for all intents and purposes on this run that you're going to be doing to get the Foxiest of the Hounds and the pacifism and everything, if you're doing it on one run like I am, do not choose to save her. I know it's nasty, I know she was kind of cool, if not a little bit mannish, but it's just the easier strategy to leave her. As terrible as that is, coming from the human perspective. And that's exactly what I'm going to do, because I'm a heartless bastard, and at the end of the day, I couldn't give a flying F you see gay. But this is the first time that Pritchard starts to crack into something that could be called sentimentalness, because everything else has been callous and has been quite rude, and he's actually starting to value us, which is quite nice, even though he looks like a douchebag, and I don't like his top knot of hair. And you can't open this door until the conversation ends, so once you're ready, go to the door, it will ask you if you are ready, say yes, and Malik will die. So, you know, say a little requiem, do what you do, and carry on. But do be warned, when you're moving on the streets now, the bell tower security that is the police in this town are looking for you. That's why everybody's white. And if they see you, they'll go yellow. If you stay around, they will go red. You notice, I'm not crouching, I'm moving as fast as I want to. I'm completely ignoring them, and the reason for this is, on my first playthrough, I was crouching around everywhere. It took me 20 minutes to get where I wanted to be, and it turns out you can run past them, and they're super slow to respond, so you're not in any real trouble. But as most societies, there's always one bastard that tries to and get some money out of the vulnerable, and he recognizes us from the news and tries to extort us. So I extort him with the best expression ever, which is intimidate. And if you've seen Ninja Scroll, there's a bit where the main character at the start interrupts a rape, and the monster that's raping the woman says the best line ever, which is what I say every time I speak to this guy when he leaves, and that is just simply, "Hey, piss off." And it's just brilliant. If you've not seen Ninja Scroll, it is one of the best animes ever created. It's from the Madhouse Studios. The people do animation like motherfuckers. They are absolutely brilliant. And it is an adult tale of a folklore hero from, I think it's Japanese mythology. A guy who, I think he's a king actually, called Jubei Yagyu, or whatever his name is. And apparently he went around the countryside or around the kingdoms and just slayed evildoers. He was just a badass guy. He was this massive, the equivalent of like fucking William Wallace or Joan of Arc. He was just this awesome bad dude in their folklore. And this is set around some, you know, hyperly stylized and fantastical interpretations of those stories where he goes around slaying demons and getting revenge on his old best friend who is fucking psycho and was dead and now isn't dead. And just watch it, it makes more sense. There's action, there's blood, there's awesome violence, it's just a really, really cool adult anime. And I say adult as in mature and awesome. I don't mean there's cocks and tentacles and shit. But up here there is a side quest that you can do, that's where the blue X is, but I'm not going to be doing it. And what I'm going to be showing you instead is the best way to sneak into this next section. And this next section is the Harvester's headquarters, because we're trying to track a signal that we've most recently found out about. And the easiest way to do it is through the roofs, and then you come to this air vent, and this will lead into their base. But it is not the most obvious of entries, because I was running around the area that this air vent leads out into like a dickhead for a good 20 minutes before I realised that the wall wasn't a wall, it was a door. So if you drop down here, be careful because you can make a noise and people will hear it, but they never come and find you. It's just a case of you'll alert them before you even get there, which is generally a bad idea. And you don't have to drop down where I've just dropped down here, because I thought there might have been something to pick up and there isn't. So I have to climb the ladder and tuck my tail between my legs because I did it wrong. But if you go around the right towards where the elevator is, there is an opening in the wall to my left. It's very difficult to see, there it is. And this will lead you into the base, and from here on out you're going to be stealthing your way past the Harvesters. And I'm not ashamed to say that this is my first Deus Ex game I've played. I wish I did play the other ones, but they are PC games, and as anybody knows who listens to me frequently, I do not do PC games because I find it too expensive, I find it too much fuss, and if I buy a game, I want to put it in and I don't want to worry about if it works or not. And PC gaming to me is just far too much hassle than what it's worth. I do realise people will disagree with me feverishly because some people love that shit, but it's just not for me, it's just a personal thing. And I don't actually know what these salvage guides do. I don't know if they're from the old Deus Ex games or if it's something that they've introduced new for Human Revolution. I don't know at all. Someone will have to drop a comment and enlighten me, but I assume they're just people that salvage augment bits and bobs from either dead corpses or from black markets and things, and they're just the guys that get the machinery, because they all seem to have been augmented and they all seem a little bit shifty, and what we're about to see is them operating on a certain somebody that we've met before and giving him an augmented arm. But this section here, if you just follow the path that I'm doing, you can get through it with just the use of the cloak. It's very easy, and if you touch on that door that I just went past there, to my right, it will trigger a cutscene, so you don't have to worry about being spotted or waiting for your battery to regenerate, because this is effectively the end of this section of the level. But, like a silly bastard, I don't do that. But here we go, I've just trimmed the cutscene out, and you'll notice it's Tong, Mr. Birthmark himself, and now he's sporting a lovely trendy Dunlop arm implant, and a diard vest, and all he's saying is we're learning a little bit more about the plot and a little bit more about the story and what have you, but he's also telling us about a suspicious boat that could possibly take us to somewhere we need to be, but to get on it we have to do a little task for Tong, and that involves going to a shipyard and planting a bomb, which is what you're going to be doing next in the second part of Fallen Soldiers. And it's intimidating, but it's easy, so don't worry. And then the level after that is easily the most difficult level on the game. It has a boss fight that can be challenging if you don't know what you're doing. It also has an area filled with enemies, filled with cameras, filled with high-level hacks, filled with just bullshit, really. And it can be quite a challenge to get through it without being seen, but if you follow my video, you will do it with flying colours. The only problem is, I get lost a little bit, and I say lost. It's not the traditional state of being lost, as in I don't know where I'm going. It's a case of I know where I need to go, but I don't have the hacking capabilities to get there, so I'm looking for a different route. But it doesn't actually work to my favour, so I end up cocking it up a little bit. But as always, there will be my trusty voice on top of it, telling you which is good and which is shit, and hopefully you'll be able to decipher the best plan of action and get through it with no trouble. But as usual, Tong's telling us more details on where we need to go, and he's spinning quite the tale because the dude loves to talk. Clint Eastwood's standing there in his anti-flash glasses and his dynamite leather jacket and just taking in all the information like a naughty girl. And we're just waiting for the conversation to end, basically. And there you go. So the next objective is to get inside the bell tower port, and like I've mentioned, it isn't difficult, but it is going to be in the next video, so the best thing to do here is to just loot around the office, see if there's anything you can hack, anything you can pick up, any provisions you can salvage. There's a lovely laser rifle there, which I end up selling for currency, but if you use it, it's probably highly damaging. There's another one of the glitches because we didn't fix the augment, but it's going to pay off in the end, so don't worry. And this is the end of the video, guys, so thanks for watching as usual, and you take care now.